Game time, yes team! Hello, what is up and welcome to Motosumo. My name is Ben Parsons if you wanted to know, and I'm your instructor. I'm here in lovely London ready to take you through your beginner class. Now this class is half an hour, so it's nice, short and sweet so we can get in, get out, get sweaty, get to learn everything and do it in style. Now team, if you're doing our on-demand class, I want you to get in our live classes ASAP, because that's where we get to chat to you, that's where we get to use those emojis with you, that is where I get to see you on the leaderboard and keep you accountable because I can see how fast you're going. Now that we've done that, let's get involved. Your beginner class basically team is we get a bit of everything involved. So we've got some sprints, we've got some climbs, we've got a bit of everything, we've got some intervals, all of that. But we take it back a little bit, we lower that intensity. I take you everything a bit slow. We've got a slightly longer warm up. I'm going to take you through some technique as well. So it's a bit of everything, but slightly less. So if you're a beginner, as in it's your first time, and this is the class for you, or if you're a sort of veteran and you've done loads of these, you get to take a step back and you get to take it a little bit easier with these. Yes, Annie, how you doing? We got T-Stills in, we got Annie in, we got the Dream Team in. Wicked. Cool, so the way we always begin at Motosumo is by starting moving our legs around, and I want you to whack off all resistance, so absolutely no resistance whatsoever. And I want you to, yes Annie, T-Stills, hey, say hey to Annie. We got the Dream Team in. I want you to just start moving your legs around in that resistance zero. Now you notice that is a little bit too easy because there's nothing there at all. That's almost as if you're going downhill. Love it. Now we want to add a little bit on there. Add that little touch of resistance on so you can basically feel it tighten up just a tiny bit. So it's still quite easy, and we call that our sort of either our resistance one or your flat road. That basically means you're not going downhill, you're not going uphill. You have to move your legs to move forward, obviously. And that's the lowest resistance we hold until we get to your cool down, which is at the very end of this class. So think of this as your sort of base, as your flat road. And that's where we all begin. So let's do this team. I'm gonna put some bangers on and we're gonna get going. And we go for that in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go. Bit of firehead team. So once again, this is your resistance one, your base level, your flat road. And because this is your flat road, when I take you up to resistance 2, 3, and 4, 4 being the very highest, 1 being the very lowest, it's as if you're sort of adding on a little bit of incline each time. And by that I mean, if you imagine you're running on a treadmill and you add a bit more incline or add those numbers on each time, it gets a bit tougher even though you're going that same speed. That's how we sort of think about it here at Motosumo. But I'll be talking you through, I'll be sort of guiding you through it during this warm-up, and your warm-up is your time to sort of play around. Oh, what a banger. It's your time to play around with those resistances. The other thing we look at is your cadence. So your cadence meter is at the bottom of your screen there, and you'll see that it sort of changes numbers, changes colors. That is because when you go faster, that number's gonna go nice and high because it's measured in RPM, which is revolutions per minute. And so I can give you those numbers, set you up with them, and that's it. But I'll describe that more for you as we go along. So we're gonna go for a little push pace team, just for 30 seconds, taking up to yellow. We go for that in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Just because that music has chilled off a little bit, I want you in that yellow zone 90 to 100, just into that 90 to 100 for now. Eight seconds. Pulling it back in 3, 2, 1. Pulling it back. And when I say pull it back, we just slow it down a little bit. Now let's head into it again. This time for a minute. 90 to 100 once again. Putting that speed on. Let's go on the drop. 90 to 100 for 1 minute team. 3, 2, 1, go! Here we go, yes! 60 seconds this time. Holding that strong.
Ellen probably
steady
isn't
pace.
hurting that much.
I don't want you coming off it. I don't want you slowing down. I want you holding that strong. For that full time. Yes, Motosumo. Annie, bring that up. 90s. Find those 90s for me. Oh, yes. Big 20 seconds here. Strong. We're going to go pretty much to the end of the song. 7, 6. Keep going. You got 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. Love that. Took us all the way to the end of that song. Now we're going to add on another 90 seconds and I'm going to talk to you about technique. So we're both going to be in that push pace and we're also going to be going through a bit of technique as well. So 90 seconds coming on the clock. Again, an extra 30 seconds added on there. We're only going 90 to 100, so it's not mad fast for now. Big tune. Yesable is the artist here. We go for this team. Building up, 90 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come on, let's do this. Now team, elbows in, gentle bend in those arms, nice light touch on your handlebars. And from here, I want you to roll those shoulders back and lock them down. Remember, Annie, we're up in those 90s, so I want you to get up there with me. When you roll those shoulders back and lock them down, it almost forces that back to be a little bit more straight. And then you engage that core. Let's go for a little push. Go! You gotta go with that music. All right, you can pull it back a little bit, but try and stay in those yellows. With your back straight, with that core strong. Upper body from the waist up. Tries to stay relatively still. We still got another 30 seconds here, remember. Just because that music pulls back doesn't mean you do, remember. Legs are kicking out and pulling back, so you're trying to kick your bum with your heel. It's not just about lengthening that leg, it's about bringing it all the way around. Four, 3, 2, 1. Nice, slowing it down. We've spent 8 minutes in resistance 1. I think it's time we take it up to resistance 2. How are we doing, team? You feeling good? I know you're feeling good. And I know we've been in 90 the whole time, but bringing it up, remember adding those couple points. Let's do it now. 3, 2, 1, let's go! 60 seconds in those 90s, and it's gonna be tougher because we've raised that sort of incline, we've raised that resistance. Yes, Annie. "30 seconds. T-Seals Annie. Try and stay in that yellow zone as much as you can. I know it's got a little bit tougher. We're sort of breaking into that working zone now. 15 seconds. You get to put it back in 10. Come on. 3, 2, in fact, let's keep going. Just because that's a drop, let's just go for another 10. Let's go for another 10. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. 30-second break. Hey, we couldn't miss out on the drop. I wouldn't let anyone do that. Anyway, let's take it up. Resistance 3 now. So remember, once again, as if you've made it up, it's steeper. So now it's getting a little bit tougher. So now we want to stay, once we're in the working zone, between 80 and 90. So you can really slow it down. Now you can pop it into that blue zone, especially when we're in these heavier resistances, which is 3 and 4. You can sort of relax in the sort of blue zone or those low green zones. Now we're gonna build up. Just in resistance 3. We're gonna start with a 15-second working phase, a 30-second working phase, 45, and then 60. So a little practice one, 15 seconds only. We go for this. 3, 2, 1. 80 to 90. Go. 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. 30 seconds. How's that feeling, team? You enjoying that? Absolutely amazing work. We go for 30 seconds this time. Same thing, 80 to 90. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Four, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down. Really good. So now we go again for 45. Enjoy this. In fact, I want you to give me a little shake off. Give me an actual shake off. And then assume that position, have those shoulders roll back. Let's go on the drop. 45 seconds. Let's go! So remember, this is that beginner class. You really want to focus on sort of getting that technique right, getting that form right, and really trying to hit those numbers within the sort of brackets that I give you. There's enough breaks in this beginner class that you're not going absolutely mad the whole time. 15 seconds, all the way, pushing it with me. In 3, 2, 1. Nice. The big one, the 1 minute. I'm really starting to feel it now. Really starting to feel it now. Getting that little bit of water in before. That 1 minute push. Let's get into it. We go for it. In 3, 2, 1, go! 80 to 90. It's been tough so far. You built it up. And all you do is need to think about is just adding an extra 15 seconds each time. That's it. Go! A little push there, team. Let that music drive you. I see it's driven all of you. Eight seconds. Bring it down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow it down. How did that feel? A nice little building ladder. A nice little resistance 3 ladder. Yo, you lot are nailing this. This has been pretty special, you know. Yo, everyone say hi to Keeper. Everyone say hi to Keeper. And whilst we're doing that, let's take it up resistance 4. T-Sales, Annie, join me up in resistance 4. First time we've hit it, and we've also hit that halfway mark. So remember, this one has really built it up. We're gonna go on the drop, straight, for a 2-minute section. 1 minute sat down. 70 to 80. Let's go! 70 to 80. And the reason we're in 70 to 80 is because you're forced to, because of how heavy it is. Now it forces you, almost wants you to rock either side, but we don't let it. Now we're straight into 2 minutes. We're straight into a bit of an endurance climb here. I know that. And I'm gonna give you an option in the second minute to stand up. Because as a beginner class, it's only an option. If you don't want to stand up, that's all good. But in 20 seconds, I'm going up. I'm gonna be up out of that saddle. Tapping on the drop. Up out of the saddle. 1 minute. 60 to 70. 3, 2, 1. Loving that, yes, Annie. Even though that music's dropped, I want you to keep driving up this hill. If you're sat down, 70 to 80, remember. If you're stood up, 60 to 70. Three, 2, 1. Love that, Annie. How is that? Kind of hard, you know. But you know what we get to do? We get to bring it all the way down to resistance 1. We're going to do a round of 1 minute of work, 30 seconds rest. Little intervals now, and we're going to do 3 rounds of these. 1 minute of work, 30 seconds rest. I'm going to do resistance 1, resistance 4, resistance 1. So completely different. Starting in that resistance 1 team. And Annie, remember, you're absolutely nailing this. I want you to try to hit 100 minimum, so some big speed. If you want to, or if you feel like you're ready, I want you to try to get into that red zone. We go for this. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! One minute of work, 30 seconds rest, times 3. Going resistance 1 to resistance 4 to resistance 1. Trying to hit 100 minimum. Annie, remember, we're in resistance 1, so you're all the way down. Definitely out of the green zone. Let's go, let's go. 3, 2, 1, rest. So you've got 30 seconds to rest here, also 30 seconds to take it up to resistance 4. All the way up, and it's gonna feel very different. And it's gonna feel extremely different. Now we go for 1 minute in resistance 4, and we're gonna stay sat down. So remember, that is 70 to 80. We go for that. As the music change, as the song change. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Love this song. Love this class. Love Motosumo. Let's do this. 70 to 80, remember, mad heavy. Yes, Annie. Boy, how heavy is that? We got a little celebration coming up, because you got a final. 10 minutes left. Purple zone. Let's see a little celebration for that. That's definitely worth celebrating. Am I right? 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest there. 30 seconds. We gotta go back down all the way to that resistance 1. Such sick work. 15 seconds. Oi, use this song, use this music, use that drop to get you ready. We go in. 3, 2, 1. Final push in this round. Back in resistance 1, so we're 100 minimum. Halfway. Just because the song is dropped out, I want you to keep pushing on. 30-second break coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head to resistance 2 for me. Let's use this music. 1 minute race. 3, 2, 1. Resistance 2. 1 minute race. As fast as you can, Annie. Twenty seconds. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, look how close that was, Annie. That was good. Let's finish this off. Down to resistance 1 for me. 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds rest, times 4. Building our way up. Resistance 1. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Resistance 1, I want to see red zone now, honey. If you can hit red zone in resistance 2, you can hit red zone in resistance 1. Let's go, push on. Resistance 1, Annie, come on, come on. 3, 2, 1. Cooling it down. Head to resistance 2. That's 1 down. Into resistance 2. This time we're trying to hit 90 to 100. Such a good song by Yesabel again. The people who we started with. 3, 2, 1. Let's go! 2, 1. Chilling out. Resistance 3. Resistance 3. Love that. Remember, 80 to 90. Love that build up. Resistance 3. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And a second last sprint. Push on. Three, 2, 1. Rest there. Resistance 4. You know what, I'm gonna take the song back a bit. Final one. We go on the drop. Resistance 4. 3, 2, 1. When the song ends, we end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Annie, talk to me. That was quite something. How you feeling? No, Annie, that one deserves. You're the only person who deserves that one. Breathe. So good. Now, before we do anything, as always in my classes, we take it down to resistance 0. So you knock off all your resistance and we breathe. It sounds silly, it sounds simple. Just taking those big deep breaths in and out. In and out. Just reflecting of the class, about your journey through it, about what you learn about yourself in the parts that got difficult and the parts that you think you can improve on, because we can always improve. And that's great, and that's good. Gently roll your shoulders back 3 times for me. Now we're going to take it forward 3 times. And we're going to stand it up. Push your heels down. Push your hips back. A little wiggle out. Oh. Nice, spinning around the other way, doing that same thing. Getting into those calves, those ankles. Nice and slowly. For 3, 2, 1. From there, take your arms up, over to one side, over to the other side, and then from there, bring them all the way around into that center where we are done. Thank you so much, team. What a joy that was. Sending all of my love to you for what an epic class. Thank you so much. Remember, find us on social media and save your workouts. That's Benny P done. Peace out, team, and I'll see you later on the next one.